Once upon a time, there existed a circus like no other. It was called the Enchanted Circus of Wonders, and was known far and wide for its extraordinary acts and magical performances. Every year, as the colorful tents were set up on the outskirts of town, a wave of anticipation swept through the hearts of both young and old. The people of the surrounding towns and villages eagerly awaited the arrival of the circus, wondering what marvels and surprises it would bring this time around. The circus was led by a ringmaster named Mr. Marvelous, a tall man with a top hat, a twinkle in his eye, and a mischievous smile that only hinted at the secrets he kept behind the curtain. He had a reputation for curating the most extraordinary performers, each with their own unique talents and enchantments. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow across the town, the first performance of the Enchanted Circus of Wonders was set to begin. The crowd gathered under the big top, their eyes gleaming with excitement. Children happily munched on popcorn and cotton candy as they waited patiently for the show to start, their parents keeping a close eye on them. The curtains parted and out stepped Mr. Marvelous to introduce the performers and their acts. He greeted the audience in a thunderous voice, bowing and tipping his hat as he did so. He directed everyone to the curtain as it opened, and in walked a variety of different performers. First out was Lunabelle, the graceful aerialist who soared through the air like a shooting star, leaving trails of sparkling stardust in her wake. Next came Sparkle and Shimmer, twin acrobats whose agile moves defied gravity as they somersaulted and twirled in perfect harmony. Then there was Merlin the Magnificent, the master illusionist, whose tricks and sleight of hand would leave the audience spellbound. He would make things appear out of thin air, and turn ordinary objects into shimmering gems. Out came elephants and tigers, dancers and strongmen, brave lion tamers, daring trapeze artists, and hilarious clowns. The audience clapped their hands in appreciation as they prepared for the show to begin. In one corner of the circus grounds, just outside the main tent, there stood a tall mirror that supposedly held great power. It would be possible for anyone who gazed deeply into the mirror's portal to experience unimaginable feelings, sights and sounds, but it seemed that not everyone could experience the magic of the mirror, as the mirror itself chose the lucky ones. As the performances started, a young girl named Claudia, who had an insatiable curiosity and an adventurous spirit, found herself drawn to the mirror's enchantment. She excused herself from her family, as they sat in the bleachers, saying she needed to visit the restroom. With a mixture of excitement and trepidation, she went outside the tent and approached the mirror. She peered into the very depths of the mirror and it seemed to capture her gaze. In an instant, she found herself transported to a land of natural beauty. She was surrounded by nature in all its glory. She stood in a sea of ferns that reached up to her knees. She gazed up at tall and mighty trees that soared high up into the sky, their tops appearing to touch the very clouds themselves. As she strolled around in this new land, Claudia found herself in the midst of magical talking animals, fluttering mystical fairies, and other strange creatures that existed only in the realms of her imagination. Back in the circus, the crowd marveled at the astonishing acts and the wonders they witnessed. Lunabelle captivated the audience with her agile movements that mirrored the fluidity of a shooting star. Suspended from delicate silken threads, her ethereal presence was accentuated by trails of shimmering stardust that trailed behind her, casting a spell of wonder and awe upon all who witnessed her performance. Meanwhile, little Claudia was having her own extraordinary adventure within the enchanted world presented by the mirror. She befriended a mischievous talking squirrel named Jasper. Together, they ventured through sprawling lands adorned with glowing flowers and shimmering streams. They danced with graceful fairies, played hide and seek with mischievous elves, and soaked up the essence of the land. Each step revealed a new magical surprise, and Claudia's insatiable curiosity was fed by the wonders of this fantastic world. After what seemed like hours, Claudia was told that her time in that extraordinary world would soon come to an end. She understood and thanked her newfound friends, bidding them farewell and promising to cherish their memories forever. Claudia's adventure concluded as she was transported back to the circus. As she emerged from the magic mirror, she looked around and realized that time had frozen, No one was moving, and time only restarted when she was standing in front of the mirror again. After a few moments, Claudia smiled and turned away from the mirror. Taking a deep breath, she walked back to her family seated on the bleachers and enjoyed the show. The Enchanted Circus of Wonders became more than just a circus, it became a symbol of the endless possibilities that imagination can bring, and a reminder that magic is always present, even in the most ordinary of places. Claudia's story was one of many, told by lucky individuals who were chosen to experience the magic of the mirror. Even after the final performance, when the circus lights faded and the tents were taken down, the memory of Claudia's enchanting adventure would last a lifetime.